Eli Yastrib's log. After the relative pounding we've been taking the last couple of missions deploying against the clans, our employers, the Lyran Commonwealth, thought that maybe we would back down when faced with the prospect of taking on Word of Blake terrorists that have been operating in tandem with the clans on the northeast Lyran border. But I think if there's one thing that's fair to say about the hardship that our little company has faced, it is that it has made us that much more reluctant to back down. We do not flinch, we do not surrender, and if we do take losses, we avenge them, even if it means stepping over the charred corpses of our mechs or theirs. That is how we operate. So, today, we are headed up to, well, serve out some just rewards to the Blakist terrorists in the area and punish them for their transgressions against the Lyran Commonwealth. Now, we are after one target in particular, that would be the terrorist cell leader, who is piloting an as yet unidentified mech, and that does make it a little bit hard to know who we're supposed to go after, so I'm hoping we can get some clarity on that soon, but it is also a desert biome, and despite the, well, nighttime environment, it's still just as hot, so we're going to have to ride that red line a little bit, make sure that we're not endangering ourselves too much. And it looks like these guys are actually a bit of a screen, so nice deployment from the Blakists, a nice wide engagement front, should make it harder for us to get flanking angles on them, if they maintain it anyway. And they're right between us and our targets, so 70-tonner, 75-tonner, 40-tonner, 70-tonner, and the Firestarter Omni 45-tonner in our way. But we have more guns. We are, of course, also dropping in 8 mechs, as is becoming our standard double lance drop. So let's see what we can do with that. Vulcan 5T. Not too scary. It's kind of like a fire javelin from what I've seen before. And actually, if you look, yeah, quad and medium laser, that's pretty much just like a fire javelin. And the additional MG and flamer really don't justify the heavier tonnage, in my opinion. The armor does, but the extra armament, not so much. And remember, some of those trade-offs, right, when you're hopping over the light medium or medium heavy or heavy super assault, no super heavy, heavy assault boundaries, you lose a lot of tonnage to engine space because you need to put a larger engine in to get the same sort of mobility out. That takes up some of the free tonnage that you're hoping to introduce by having a heavier mech in the first place. Oh, that's a champion. I love champion mechs. Oh, and that's why. So structure exposed on turn 1. This is just sort of continuing how things have been going. It looks like probably an AC-10 hit, I'd say. Yeah, LBX AC-10, we just took it right to the shoulder on a mech that can't handle that. So, yeah, we're retreating. Get out. Showboat needs a better mech than the Gen 2C. It's outlived its usefulness. It's just unfortunate, but no less true because of it. So, let's sensor lock that champion and see if we can dish a little bit of that back toward him. I'm a little concerned about the high evasion on some of these mechs, and definitely, so the Word of Blake is a weird combatant. Sometimes they field standard Innersphere stuff, sometimes they field more advanced technology, things like that, and I don't really know what those two mechs are. Now, I don't always love all of their technological advances. In fact, their advanced extra small cockpit, I think, gives you an accuracy debuff, which, considering my style of engagement tends to rely on shooting, is a little bit not what we want. So it's not really a part that I tend to scavenge that much. Okay, so no real good shots here, but because our Fafnir has a stabilized platform, we don't have any recoil off the improved heavy gausses. Let's just go ahead and shoot. Alright, I mean, missed everything that matters, but we landed the large laser at least, so that's chip damage. It's not really what the Fafnir is designed for, but I mean, 30% chances times 2, you wouldn't expect to necessarily land something the first time around. Grasshopper. Okay, that's fine. Shooting rocks. Please continue to shoot rocks for as long as you feel like it. I really have no complaints there. And let's get the Marauder moving up. So, our Marauder, by the way, Hardball is still, as I have been saying recently, he's a Master Tactician. That does mean that in later turns, we're going to be moving him a little bit more in advance of other mechs. And I think right now, actually, our best bet is going to be to sensor lock the Grasshopper, because what I want to do is I want to wrap their left flank, stay away from some of the larger mechs while we push through the Vulcan, the Grasshopper, and the Firestarter, and then use that to split them up. We're going to send one mech around to the right as well, just to see if we can get some flanking damage on these guys. But that's the intention, is we drive left, we make them look to our left, and then we get nice angles shooting around the right-hand side. So with that in mind, now let's go up here and hope we can do something with what that sensor lock was to prepare for, which is the new and improved, hopefully anyway, Blood Asp. Let's go up to mode 2 for the Ultra AC-10, and shoot in. Decent hit chance, let's see if we can actually land it. 1, 2, 3, 4, all of that in, and yeah, I mean, we had other guns on the Blood Asp before, but I've replaced that with a build that's supposed to just do exactly what it did, which is punch through in a couple of hit locations on armor in one single round. So we actually ripped off all 150 of that CT armor, and even did a little bit. So Grasshoppers have Grasshopper Rugged, which does sort of improve their longevity, I guess you could say. But not enough, because now that we've opened up a possibility there, we're going to go in with our SRMs. What's my best accuracy here? Don't love that. Well, actually, it's woods. Just make sure that we get, I think, this sort of facing is probably okay. We'll be pushing up other stuff right next to him, so it'll be a bit better protected. And let's go in for double here. Yep, not able to really open up anything else with the Ultra AC-20, but the missiles, I was hoping to core them out with that. That was really the intention. Now that we had exposed that CT, but not a lot of hits there, actually. Alright, well, that's not exactly ideal. Let's follow up with the just high number of missiles, because I'm not trying to do all the damage in the world, I'm trying to get crits. But we did pop them into unsteady, so that means a lot better accuracy, and we still have LRM 30 on the Medusa, so a 20 rack and a 10 rack that can open up at close range, because they're the clan versions. Come on. Oh, just not getting the crits that I need right now. Usually, I mean, you open up that structure, you get 3 engine crits, and that... Ooh, okay, he's bleeding out. We'll let him bleed. That's fine. I've stopped fighting that these days. Just let them bleed out and punch out if they want to survive, or not. It's really not my business. They're not my pilots. We can't really get the heavy large laser online. That's just the desert biome. It's amazing what difference the Arctic desert makes. I think it's like a 70% heat swing. But okay, so this didn't go quite as well as I was hoping for. On the other hand, we can still hopefully get some. Well, yeah, let's fire in. So part of why I still want to fire on that guy with low chance to hit is, for one, the Grasshopper's going to be down for a while. For two, the Narc launcher will improve, if we land it, will improve our later accuracy, and the streaks don't fire unless they're all going to hit. So, not expecting... Oh, wow. Oh yeah, we got better contact there than I was hoping for. We did also Narc, and that's going to improve later on missile damage, so all of that's pretty good. And let's get Showboat sort of a bit safer again. And then this should still be in range of a sensor lock, so let's do that as well on the Guillotine over here. Not really the most impressive armament there, but I mean, all it took was one shot from that champion to open up some structure. And I have really no desire to do that again. Okay, here comes the Vulcan. Alright, I mean, that's fine. The nice thing about the Blood Asp armament is he doesn't actually generate all that much heat these days. Yeah. Okay. Here's the Marauder. I mean, Marauder moving on 7, that's pretty nice, I gotta say. I'm very happy with it. Okay, so let's see. That's an obstructed shot by our own mech. This is not. So let's wrap around here and try and use the Marauder to finish off that Grasshopper. Okay. And let's just go for the CT. Come on, give me a kill. There it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. So I think that might potentially be our target behind there, just coming up into engagement range. We can definitely chase the fire starter. That should be a reasonable target for a Conjurer. Don't really like splitting off there, but we'll still have local force superiority. And, okay. Champion's second round, not nearly as good as his first. Not a lot of evasion either. Might be able to punish that. Let's see. Yep, this is our main target. 85 tonner. Goodness. Actually, really goodness. If we can get some salvage off of that, that would be just fine with me. I'm going to move some stuff because I like the 7 evasion, but I don't like how close in everything is. So we're actually going to try and get a bit of a flank here. I know the wrap around the left really didn't work out that well. It was reliant on killing at least something on the first round, which we weren't able to quite do. So Let's turn off the LRM-10 rack. That maximizes our firepower here, and hope that we can get into the back of this Perseus, which really looks like a up-jumped Orion to me. That's sort of what that... I mean, that's an Orion chassis, isn't it? Interesting. I wonder if it's just a hero mech, or if they've done some sort of renaming because wobbies are going to be wobbies. Decent contact. If we can exploit that again, then we might be able to do something with it. And if Fafnir's just taking fire, that's fine. We're going to probably turn this facing. Make sure that we're not getting bored through only on the right-hand side, but I think that should be okay. And where's our Conjurer? Yep, come around. I don't like standing on the unstable, so we're going to go over here, and not with the best accuracy, but we don't necessarily need it here. So, yeah, it's just so much heat. Let's try and go in. If we land even half the volley, we should be able to rip it off some parts. Oh yeah, that's a kill. Beautiful. I love that Conjurer / Wolverine 2C. I don't know, I like tweaking the clan sensibilities a little bit, and the clan that must not be named and all that, it's just people who are unwilling to face the truth of their own history. So, it's a Wolverine, get over it. If you don't like Wolverines, then maybe you shouldn't have had a civil war a couple of times and shot everyone to hell. So, not much sympathy from me. Okay, so this is not a shot I want to take until they've moved on 4, so let's let them move on 4. And that might change things a little bit, depends on where that guy goes. Okay, I mean that's just right up there, that's fine. No real big problems. Actually, we might be able to return some fire with the Fafnir as well, because that, I think, is a 0 evasion move off of the guillotine, which you should just never do. Don't do 0 evasion moves, they're not worth it. Pretty much ever. I've done one from time to time, I've always regretted it. Alright. Not great contact off the improved heavy gausses, really? They're supposed to deal 110 and I was getting 40 and 60 out? What is up with that, man? What is up with that? Okay, well, that just nothing we can do about it. So let's get the... What do I want to have kill? Okay, let's pull back to here. Let's get this, well... Yeah, I don't want to do any friendly fire. Okay. Let's go this way. And we're going to engage with that champion. A little bit risky, but I think we'll do just fine. Yep, there it is. So he was actually blocking me off from having a chance of friendly firing there, which is why I took the shot. So I was not too worried that a miss... This is 1 evasion, it's not much better than 0, but that's what we've got. Let's just open up SRM6s. There's the kill. It's like a shotgun, that many short-range missiles at once. Beautiful. Okay, so 3 down, and we've identified our target. 3 left, plus our target. Which we could go up here and start shooting at him. That's going to be a Crockett. Not the most terrifying, and we actually have decent accuracy there. But I think I want to just make sure that we wrap this up nicely in a little bow before we move on. So let's go over this way, and I want all of those streaks shooting at the champion. Hopefully we can knock him over, and or exploit that, oh geez, cat, come on. This is going to be an every drop sort of thing. I'm going to have to reevaluate whether you're allowed in the cockpit on drops. Alright, yeah, that's a nice kill. 4 pieces of a champion as well is potentially some good salvage. I like the chassis a lot. You can do a ton with it. Of course, it depends on which version for the hard points, but usually they're pretty good. So let's pop Vigilance here to inspire the rest of the team, and then go ahead and get a sensor lock on the Perseus, strip away that 2 evasion, just because... Ooh, okay, you have good technology or a good pilot, one of the two. Okay, here's what we're going to do, because I want another rear shot on the Perseus. I don't want to give him a chance to move. So we're going to use... Oh, no! No, we missed our angle! Ah, jeez. Okay, so I was going to say we're going to use a precision strike on him, but instead we're going to have to go after the guillotine. And turn off one of those ER mediums. Let's go for a leg, see if we can get a knock. That's damage to it. Double mediums might be... There it is. There's a knockdown. Good. So it wasn't able to distract the Perseus, but at least we did get something good from that shot. Alright, we have to talk to our pilots about their positioning mistakes later on. It's not really what we want to have going on here. Yeah, okay, so the Fafnir, 0 evasion. I should really just open my mouth less and take on the enemy more. I think that's really the best lesson I could learn here. Whether or not I will is an entirely separate matter. Yes, I know. It's a hard knock life. Hey. Get down from there. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we can shoot the Perseus, but I think it's a little bit of a waste. I'd rather get the heavy large laser going with a couple of ATMs. On this guy, we can go after two things. We can try and get his other leg, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge with our accuracy stats, so I think we're going to go for that shoulder. And let's see if we can rip it off. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. Nice, so we're just sort of making him pay for being on the ground as best we can. Now let's get that rear shot. This is what I wanted. And we are pushing a little bit more heat with the Medusa than it's really going to be feasible here. We're just going to switch the 20 rack for the 10 rack. It's actually part of what I like about it. It's a really flexible loadout. Not too symmetrical, but being able to switch those off has saved me from the red line a couple of times here. Maybe that's why standard mech loadouts tend to be that way. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Okay, so our 85-tonner target is moving away. We're going to have to make sure he doesn't have a chance to get out. And I think to do that, let's go ahead and get up here with the Mad Dog. We're going to lose a little bit of our accuracy that we had as an option just because of range, I think. But we can get it back with Precision Strike. That's not too terrible. Narc Launcher and Streaks. Nice. I love watching just those Streaks fire as well. That's really a good time. Okay, so that's well and good. Let's get the Ebon Jaguar over here as sort of a finisher if we can to the Guillotine. There's no sense taking Precision Strike because we already have some decent accuracy, and I want the Ultra AC-20 along with, it looks like 2 SRM racks is all we can manage. Let's go right for that CT. Okay, pretty good. Not enough for a kill though. And the Blood Asp, let's get the long-range armament on. So we are risking allowing him to run away here because we are pretty far away. And if we get these on armor penetrations, he'll sort of try to get out of the zone, but it doesn't look like we were able to swing it anyway. So no real trouble there yet. We'll see. If I can get the improved heavy Gausses on him, I'll feel a lot better. And this is why we don't back down, because even the word of Blake, well, they're going to struggle. And that's what our lance is designed to make people do. So let's see what we can do with the Precision Strike here. 92.7% accuracy. Give me a dome piece if you can. Beautiful. Headshot the Davy Crockett. That's what you like to see. Nice. That's actually probably my favorite part of the improved heavy Gausses, is it's one of the few weapons in the game that at pretty much any range can get you a head cap regardless of damage resistance. There are some that can come close, but I mean the Ultra AC-20 is range limited, even though it does have the punch that you need for it. It's a wonderful sniper. Only wish they were a little bit lighter. We can have a couple more, but that would be sort of unfair, as I think you guys can plainly see. Guillotine's armor is holding up a lot better than I thought it would. We could rear shot him, but I think we've done actually enough damage to his front that we should be able to get a kill here. Let's go with the LRM-20 rack. There it is. There's the kill. Alright, well that's the drop. We'll see if we can get any of this Blakist technology as payment, plus actually a tidy sum, about 500,000 C-builds as well. And that's all we got for you guys today, so thank you all for hanging around. We'll see you again real soon.